Okay. Hey, everybody. We're live at the Meade County Fair once again. And here we are on Thursday. This is Thursday, right? It's Thursday, isn't it?
Don't ask me.
It's Thursday. So we're going to have Demolition Derby night tonight. And it is a great Kentucky summer day today. And all that comes with that. It is it's actually a gorgeous day. There is a breeze. So there's a slight breeze out there.
With a fan on.
No, I see the trees moving out there. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty, it's going to be a great evening.
Once the sun goes down.
Once the sun goes down. So.
And the sun goes down my side of town.
Well, welcome again, everyone, to the Meade Truth podcast. We're again with us today is David Pace.
Yep.
And David, what's going on today besides the Demolition Derby?
Today's been a day we've been kind of catching up with some things that have kind of slipped down the chain, and we actually stayed last night again and cleaned up after the monster truck show. We moved all the cars out. We cleaned the arena last night, and we're still home by midnight. So
wow, that wasn't bad.
I mean, we felt like we've been in bed forever. I woke up and I thought I'd overslept. So.
Oh, wow. Because compared to the night before, it just said it was like 1:40 or something like that before you actually got out of here.
Setting up for the breakfast, we were up. So, but it was been a good day. We've had a lot going on. I tell you, what's been so overwhelming is how many folks have come and taken part in all the lunches. The folks who have been eating lunch every day out here have been unreal.
I worked the gate on Wednesday and through lunchtime, and it was a good crowd coming out. I mean, that was steak day, so everybody likes a good steak.
That's
but
right. There's no charge.
And there's no charge to get in. You just have to pay for the food, which helps those associations. And it was a great day yesterday, and I didn't see the crowd today for lunch, but I got here a little late today. I had some work to do at home myself, so
it was really good. They had, I think it might have been All About Homes that brought their citizens over.
Oh, nice!
And they out to eat lunch and stuff, and really a good day for that. And it's just Thursday was a kind of a catch-up day for us. We really don't have a lot going on. We had the poultry show and rabbit show that's going on over in the building, and
it is definitely one of the shortest days on the calendar. I think.
It and Friday both are.
Yeah, Friday's even shorter, I think. But
there's two.
It's a big day, though.
That's right. You got to have all that room just to get started for the truck and tractor pull.
That's right. I mean, that's big machines coming in the door and in the back gate, and
they better.
I got some big tires too. I hope you don't need to change a tire while they're out here.
Well, if you watched last night, every one of those monster trucks, they have to take all those tires off and put narrow tires on to fit in their
trailer
compartments. So it's really, people just don't realize the amount of work they have to put in just to make them work. We actually rode in the bed of that monster truck, the ride truck, to do the prayer and the national anthem. And man, that Brianna Johnston last night knocked a home run on the national anthem.
We ended the show.
It ended our show, basically.
It ended our show. We just said, we got to go,
come
folks.
On, we gotta
the
go.
national anthem's playing, and we shut it off.
Yeah,
that was funny.
If it's one thing that that's one thing we take very seriously is you got to stop and pause
for the national anthem,
to pay respect to the flag, to the country.
That's right.
To those who came before us, those that fought for us. So, but good. I mean, today's a little bit easier day for the organizers of the fair, and that, I guess that means that this is when they actually get to spend a little time with their own families and things, and it's their own family day, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was about 7:20 when I got here this morning. I felt like I'd been in
bed
slept in all day. I mean, next year we hope it'll be 8:30 or 9 we can stay in. Yeah. But you got to have that to refresh yourself with. Tonight, tomorrow, these are the 3 big days that we take a lot of work, and we've got to be out helping. I mean, Lisa over here in the booth beside us, she took on through the dance team the parking. They've done a great job,
and they have they were out manning their post and it looked like they were doing a very, very good job, very solid.
To have never done it, they've done an excellent job.
Awesome.
And unfortunately for them, way too many people.
You got to do it in front of the.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Hold on.
There we go. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part for them too many people have tried to tell them what to do.
No, I'm sure.
We've narrowed it down now. Say, okay, there's 2 of us. You all are responsible for you all. If other people come out and say, have David or Andrew tell us that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Excuse me for 10 seconds.
No, go ahead.
He's got a radio near. So, I saw that the barn got cleared out yesterday and all the, a lot of the animals got out, but I think they were doing a rabbit, the pullet competition today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who
so
is the person?
I don't know, but it was pretty interesting on what's going on. This whole fair operation is like a well-oiled machine. I come here every day. I get ready to set this up, and we got everything ready to go live, and the food's already going. Everybody in there, there isn't anybody working in a booth that isn't smiling.
I know.
Even
It's
as hot as it is.
It's I worked a booth for many years in the chorus booth while my kids were going through chorus, and it was it's a really good.
Yeah. Keep going. You're good.
I just hear.
I hear the ice machine going again.
Yeah. So mute.
Yep, I got him.
Mute his line real quick.
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead. There we go.
So it is a they're air conditioned, but you're cooking, and so you're just building it, and they were so much smaller than they this year, as David pointed out earlier, on Monday. They've expanded them. They doubled the size of each of the booths so that the booth has more area to prep and get people in there. It also
lines don't last as long.
It also helps distribute some of that heat so that they can actually cool those locations better. But it's so that's some of the things that I've heard from the people who are working in there that, hey, we've got more room. Yeah, it doesn't feel as hot. So it's great.
It seems like they're able to work the food a lot faster too, and get them out. The lines don't last as long, depending on which one you're in.
I've only had to wait one time, and that was because it was early on, and the very first thing I went after was a piece of fish, and it was so early in the day that it just wasn't, they didn't have enough of it prepped yet. So,
yeah.
But that's usually how it starts. When you start out, it's pretty nice. It's pretty light as far as the ramp up goes. Yep. So we have David back on.
Sorry about that.
No worries. We just wanted to mute your mic while you were talking. So
duty calls. Sounds like somebody was giving the Parkers another hard time.
Well, it was gate. Well, somebody is not understanding their ticket, how it works. So we took care of it pretty easily there. So they weren't giving up without a battle, but we got it taken care of.
Nice, nice. You know what? That's the other thing I noticed too is everything handles pretty politely. You know what I mean? I don't think that
for the most part.
For the most part, I know that sheriff. We had sheriff on the other day, and he said, they've had a couple of things that they've had to take care of, but otherwise, it's pretty doggone calm and family friendly around here.
We've come a long way, baby.
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
So, and that's our whole motto: make the fair a family affair at an affordable price.
Absolutely.
We just don't want trouble. We actually had some things of people in the demolition derby the other night that we didn't like. We didn't want it shown in front of people.
Sure.
So we're addressing it tonight. If they don't want to play by our rules, then we don't. Thank you for trying to be here, but we don't appreciate that. So
thank you for your consideration.
Right.
We for the most part at the gates, there's not a lot of incidents or anything. But when it's when you have those big days like usually it's by the time you get to the weekends, that's when you get a lot more people coming in. It's supposed to be, Kentucky weather, whatever that may be. So it's going to be.
Well, you told me this is the first day of Kentucky summer.
I'm saying that this is the first day that it felt like a Kentucky summer in quite a while.
Tuesday was pretty bad too, though.
Yeah. Actually, I think Tuesday was a little worse than today.
That breeze wasn't here on Tuesday.
It didn't have a breeze, and it was sticky, and but it wasn't too bad overall, and it's been a great fair. I mean, the weather has been. I look out there and see blue skies again today. So let's keep praying for that and keep it going. But come out and visit us, guys.
One of the things that I think really stand out how prepared our grounds were for the folks. So if you look out now, I thought we're going to have to mow the grass again. It's grown so hot with the moisture and the temperature, but we were actually fortunate enough walking on it is taking care of mowing it off. But it is quite a bit that you have to take care of. But it really looks good, and I'm just proud of what it is so far. So
yeah, I mean, you ought to be. It's another great showing for the fair. Another great job by your crew and your team.
You got the U.S. Army helicopter out here.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I saw it's across the street.
Just came over, and the lady that's one of the pilots, she was here yesterday, so she actually got to be a part of that. So
I knew a couple that used to come out to fairs all the time. This old man asked his wife if he could ride the helicopter ride, and she turned him down year after year, and she finally caved, and he got to ride in a helicopter. And this old man took him for a ride. He did all these flips and everything else in the helicopter, and he said, "Man, I'm surprised you did so good." And he said, "I'm fine." And he said, "Well, where's your wife?" He said, "Well, I didn't. $50 is $50. You dropped her like way back there." So I guess he's been wanting to ride the helicopter to get rid of it.
But I'm bummed.
I was looking up fair jokes. I slid that one in.
Yeah.
But the helicopter is kind of a big draw for the United States Army. They have the U.S. Army Reserves there at Fort Knox, which is one of the largest aviation units in the Army for the United States Army Reserves. So that's kind of cool that they come out here this year. I think Troy might have had a little bit to do with that.
A whole lot to do with it.
Yeah, and then I talked to a local recruiting agency that runs the local recruitment for the U.S. Army, and I think they're going to be out here this week,
They were
too.
here yesterday.
Yeah, so
one of the things that we landed them here yesterday on the fairgrounds back by the athletic events because we had all that space.
Right.
I just told them, tonight better not be enough room for them to land back there, I hope.
Yeah.
So that's why they've landed across, and I wanted to thank Stephen Barr Realty.
Right.
They allowed us to let them land over there. We learned something that snow fence is not a good way to identify where they're going to land.
Nope.
It stripped off every bit of the fence off the poles, but luckily it stayed on the ground.
Yeah,
didn't
they
affect
get
the
in the
helicopter.
prop. Yeah,
so before they leave, we're going to take it all down so
good.
they take off, and then we'll actually go from there.
We got the butterflies out today.
That's right. That's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That helicopter will take care of that too. So
So all right, a lot of moving parts tonight. You got to shave and clean up the dirt. Right after the guys do the crash up derby tonight, right?
We will.
And then tractor pool is again Friday night, right?
Big NTPA.
Yeah.
We have no other pools near us tomorrow night, so we. Adding on to the parking back there may be good, but it may not be enough as what we've done. But we'll do our best. We squeeze them in. I think when you get done with the show tonight, if you walk back there and just look, you'll be amazed. Last year on Thursday night, we had probably the potential for one of the best derbies ever, and I think that could happen today. So
one thing I'll let you in, like Steve, is like when some years when I worked the gate, I worked the pit gate.
Yeah.
And that's where most of these trucks come in. Tonight, when we leave tonight, it'll be basically empty out there, right? Because they
make room for all of them to come in.
And then by the time we get here, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning,
they just come rolling in.
It's full.
Yeah.
It's already full. They come in way before you maybe have like 8 or 10 more to come in afterwards or something like that. But
we've already got one here. He's already back under the shade tree to stay out of our way. We tell them all they can't come in till midnight. We do our best when the event is over with the crash up. We try to get as much debris piled up as we can because these semis coming in with expensive tires and stuff. We don't want a piece of metal cutting their tire or something.
Sure.
But that's the risk they have to take because we don't have the manpower at midnight to get them the whole. You can't see what you need to see.
Yeah.
So our goal is by morning to have it. And we'll by tomorrow night, 100 and some vehicles that are back here tonight, like Mark said, it'll be 100 different ones back there tomorrow night.
That's right.
But all of them tomorrow night will be 100-foot long semis.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your sponsors, the guys that put on all the rides. They did a phenomenal job yesterday. I mean, for the hours they were running and all the kids and the family. What do you think the count was for the day? I know we talked about it on the show, but I really felt like we hit like the 8,000 number. What do you think?
It was right at 5,000.
Oh,
5,000.
That's in tickets, right?
I tell you, it's raining.
He likes your number better. Trust me.
Yeah, I know you like my number better, but
I said I hoped for 58, but to take 52, I'll take what we got.
Do you think there's a percentage that buy a ticket to ride the rides, but they're just here and they're pushing their kids around?
Well, everybody has to buy a ticket unless they're 30 inches or less.
Okay.
Anybody 30 inches, all you can ride, or less than 30, you can ride on the merry-go-round.
Okay.
Without
well,
that.
I got gypped on that yesterday because my Vicky got the little stamp for my little baby's hand, and she's under 30 inches. And I was laughing. I said, "What'd you do with my ticket?" She said, "Well, the baby got it." And I was like, "Okay." Anyway.
Well, anytime you have that, again, anybody below 30 inches, you do not have to buy a ticket for them to let them ride because it's just not what it's meant to be. So
no, I got you.
We don't want a child to pay $12 to not be able to ride anything.
Well, that's good to know, and I'm sure if you're out there listening, be prepared. Come out here. The rides are open. You have a beautiful sponsor that does all that, and then it's clean. Like they're running, it's super clean when you walk out there. And I know a lot of that has to do with the groundskeeping and stuff, but they're doing a fabulous job entertaining the audience.
Kissel's done this is a standard for them.
Yeah.
They're always doing a very, very good job. That they have they've done the fair for how long now?
Probably 60 some odd years.
Wow.
So.
For the Meade County Fair,
right? At least.
That's not just a partnership. That's family.
That's right. Family. His mother's bench is over there. We had that put in after she passed away. So that's what it is, to be honest.
Very cool.
It's awesome. Very cool.
The poker championship happened last night. How did that go?
I left before it was over.
Oh well, that's all right. You got that. That's where that extra sleep came in.
But. We don't. That is actually St. John's Church is their gaming license. They run that. We just rent them the space during the fair to do it. So works out for us. And normally there's always 75 to 85 people in that. So it's a air-conditioned environment, so that works out good, and people want to be a part of it.
That's all right, all in.
Well, maybe tomorrow night we can get a list of all the winners for the week so far and things, so we can kind of maybe I'll get with you later, and maybe we can get that. We can start putting those out there.
Me, we'll get with Morgan and them to get a list of everything.
So what can we expect for coming into the fair grounds tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll actually be, it's a little slower start, just getting ready. The changeover will be in the pit area, but we're trying to get it picked up, cleaned up, equipment changed over to what we need to be able to go from pulling cars out with the demolition derby to being able to we're going to rip the track, we're going to plow the track, we're going to water the track, we're going to do all that work again that we did last night or Tuesday night, and then we'll be ready to go by late afternoon. We'll start to roll that in.
That's good.
Then Saturday morning, that's the long day. We start right off the bat, 9 o'clock in the morning with the pet show. We got the pedal pool, we got the battery powered pool, we've got this. It just goes on and on and on all day on Saturday. So fun day though, but it is a good day. So
we are looking forward to every day of this coming up. So well, I know
I'm gonna have to leave you.
No, you guys have
issue to take care of.
I was gonna say, Dave,
we were probably about ready to
close out the segment.
Anyway. So David, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely. That's one busy man right there.
It is.
That guy is always on the go.
I feel very privileged to have his time for just a little bit during this week, and
absolutely,
it's great day. So let's talk about tomorrow for a little bit before we go. First of all, tonight tonight is Demolition Derby. It is the second one of the fair.
The big
this is the big one. This is the one where everybody comes out. We got guys that were left over from Tuesday night, and you have others who are coming in from out of town and ready to crunch some cars. And something I don't know if I've even told David about is at one time there was 1 year that I actually called. I was one of a two-man team that called the Demolition Derby over the radio.
Oh wow!
And my buddy Scott Benham was the guy doing WMMG back in the day. He was on air talent.
Yeah.
And so he was down here doing the fair, and that was one of the things he did. And he asked him, "Hey, I got a buddy, wouldn't mind come in and work?" And so he asked me. I said, "Yeah, let's do it." And it's one of those sporting events you don't know exactly what to say. I mean, it is a sport. I mean,
well, he's coming around the outside. It looks like he's got a speed to take out a car. You just got to plow right through it.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out, what's the color commentate?
Mm-hmm.
What's the color commentation at that point, right? What are you commentating on? And so, a lot of mine was just crunch and crash.
Yeah.
It was funny.
He took a big hit there.
I'm sure if Scott's listening tonight, he's having a tickle about that one. So that was good days. Good
so what
days.
time does it start tomorrow, Mark?
So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. is the Pet and Dog Show, and then 10 a.m. is the baby contest.
Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tomorrow doesn't really get to start until 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, that's right.
Yeah, tomorrow's a very short day as far as events and things go. You have the commercial and 4-H FFA exhibits open at 5 p.m. You have the home and garden exhibits are open at 5, also at 5 p.m. Rides also start at 5 p.m. And then the main event for tomorrow is the truck and tractor pull.
And that goes on into the evening, and
7
you can
o'clock
stay late
until it's done. There's 4 classes. And you will see hundreds of thousands of dollars
in
equipment, and individual equipment, not just all of the equipment combined. There's millions and millions of dollars in equipment that come in. These guys do a lot of work, and they put a lot of pride into their sport, and you can see it. You'll see it when it comes out.
Well, on our second segment tonight, we'll kick it back off here at about 7 o'clock. We got Eris Enders who's coming in. She's going to talk about the Young Republicans, and we'll see who else we can get on. So stick around for some more at the Meade County Fair tonight.
See you in a bit.